Hello, one of us is going to play and the other one's going to sit there. We're going to play Thomas Was Alone.
I'm going to sit here because I don't know what I'm doing.
I've played quite a bit of it, so it's cool. Now, Thomas Was Alone is... I'm just going to shut up because it's a pretty game and it's got nice music in. Yeah. Okay. The program was a failure. People forgot this was a massive flop. The coders started adding name strings to the L's as a joke. Thomas A to whatever.
Thomas was alone. Wow, a weird first thought to have.
What's the platform? Oh god, that is. I'm so much of a goober.
It's like Mario levels.
Oh, okay.
Thomas decided to start listing his observations for posterity. 1. The whole alone thing. 2. Portals. They led somewhere. He'd yet to work out where. 3. Falling. Thomas was absolutely fantastic at falling. He was almost as good at falling as he was at observing.
Love this game.
Bling, bling, bling. Ding.
Okay, interesting. Thomas couldn't fall past this block. Think, damn it, think. What if there was some kind of inverted fall? Some way to... what's the word? Jump.
I wonder. I have totally not worked that one out.
It worked! Thomas had solved the great inverted fall mystery.
Right.
He jumped.
Oh, wow. He jumped. Yeah.
A big jump. But Thomas noted there was no real danger in missing it. The world didn't want him to fail here.
Wow.
It was pushing him, but gently.
Gently. Sort of missed the jump on purpose because if I didn't, I'd miss the commentary. If you go too fast, you miss.
This all seemed a little dangerous. The world was not to be trusted. It was unstable, and it seemed to Thomas that it could let him down at any moment. He was starting to suspect it might even be doing so on purpose. Paranoia.
If you go too fast, you miss all the awesome commentary. So I suggest taking it.
Thomas wondered whether the portals were actually taking him anywhere. He felt like he was making progress, but there wasn't really any way to know. He seemed to be moving predominantly up and to the right, which might or might not be important.
I keep getting cut off by it, but it's quite nice. And the music.
It might have been paranoia again, but Thomas could have sworn the world was becoming more complicated. It always seemed to be one step ahead of his skills.
Work.
It had been
That's
designed.
fine.
I know. That's all my mum said.
He wondered why. Was the world testing him? No. Too obvious.
They're like recorded very
No,
Except so much.
you're so mentally
Something about the boiling, toxic, glowing water intimidated Thomas. He
Victory.
didn't like it. He certainly didn't want to swim in it.
Well, I proved him wrong.
He
He's
made
just the
another
old
mental
kind of
note.
guy.
4. Water. Not
Not good. To be avoided.
That's what it
the
should have said.
loneliness was getting to Thomas. No amount of observation or obsessive note-taking could combat that.
No. I've done this level like 5 times and I still managed to go. No. Victory. Oh god, I'm so pathetic. I'm so pathetic.
I didn't mean literally.
Sarah. Marathon.
And you had to start.
Thomas had a new theory. The world was training him.
Boing.
He could feel himself getting smarter.
Yep.
There was the mental list to consider. Over the minutes and seconds since his spontaneous generation, he'd become a pretty skilled jumper. He was evolving. He just wished he had someone to share it with.
Am I constantly moving forward? No!
She's not even touching it.
I'm not touching the keyboard, I swear. I am not touching the keyboard.
This is so funny.
No. Yeah! I submitted 100 bug spots. I told an idiot this will happen. Overlapping scripts more than one. AI was bound to be spawned into the environment at some point. Turns out I missed the point. The little error changed everything. Yeah.
You actually could say it.
Chris took an immediate and deep dislike to the skinny red rectangle. Who the hell did this Thomas think he was?
There we go, fixed it. I just had to mash at my case. He's too short, little retard.
Yes.
I really don't like Chris, I never have.
Here's a jump on top of it.
He's a jump on Thomas every level. Like, he's completely useless.
Chris had been doing
Not
fine.
useless.
He wasn't the highest jumper, but he'd held his own. He'd even been graceful at times.
Graceful?
Well, not actually. Not technically graceful. Probably the wrong word, but you know, fine. It was that skinny little runt leaping about like he owned the place.
He basically did. The game is named after him. Think legitimately here. It's not called Chris was alone. No?
I don't think the stairs like you.
No, Thomas, he is really gallivanting drunk. Ninja Chris has to use Thomas
As a stair.
as a step, yes. His little farting nose is deeper.
It's deeper.
See? Whoop, Louise.
Okay, this was more like it. The glowy white thing. Only Chris could get to it, which of course made it all the more enticing. What would it do? What new opportunity might this switch open up to him?
Of course. Chris can't make any of the jumps here, so Thomas has to help him.
Oh, this is so funny.
It's so
Wait,
annoying.
wait. Another chance for Thomas to jump slightly higher than Chris. Fortunate. Seriously, this made the whole switch pressing thing entirely worthwhile.
Oh, but then he has to sit on top of him.
But that's just because where the portal is.
Was this good? Because on the surface, it did not seem
Oh.
good. Chris was pretty scared. Little Red seemed fine, happy to be on his merry little adventure. Chris couldn't shake the feeling that things had taken a significant turn for the worse since Thomas had joined him. Sure, he'd been able to piggyback his way to ever so slightly higher platforms, but where had that got him? Well, to ever so slightly higher platforms, which was sort of his point.
Bad. No. Hate you, Chris. John just It's a better color and is a better jumper than you. Why am I doing this?
They really do sound like fun.
Pathetic.
No, I'm
Chris
just
stared at
logical.
Thomas with pure hatred.
No, I'm a realist.
He seemed so very happy at
Yep.
their situation. Friends together, a brave fellowship of quadrilaterals on a quest for greatness.
Yeah.
That would be fine. But it was all the obvious observation that Thomas was doing which grated. Every time they saw something vaguely new, Chris would hear a satisfied little from the vaulting idiot. He hoped the next portal would split them up, if only for a few levels.
Little bastard. Aw. So mean. Nope. That's cool. Let's go with Chris.
Why does Chris even exist?
No, because he can. There are actually a whole bunch of characters, but Chris, he's for smaller places. He can fit into smaller spaces, which makes it a little bit better.
I still like Thomas.
I love Thomas. Thomas is the best. No, come back. That was pointless. Ninja. It's John.
John knew. He knew that this was his chance, a moment to shine. This was game day.
How are you supposed to do this?
Nope. No, I wasn't meant to move John, I swear. Or can I just jump? Yeah, okay. No, I did it before, I like ninja it. Quite cool, I guess I'll just do it simply. Before I did this weird jump thing, I'm like, jump.
This would not do. John needed room to show off his exceptional skills. As it was, he was trapped on the wrong side of these little dot things. Where did they come from, anyway?
Dun, 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 dun. Boing. What? Okay, we're gonna have to end soon.
We'll probably do a second episode of this one.
It's a quite. I haven't even finished it.
We'll do a lot.
John inhaled the air of
And
the
we'll probably do
open
something.
space, and it smelled of awesome.
Look at him, he's like.
Time to flex those muscles, to put his training to use. Time to show those little dots how it was done.
He can jump like
John decided to press the switch to let the little dots catch up with him. John cared for his new allies. You could tell from the sympathetic expression he practiced in the mirror all these years.
It's a rectangle. It doesn't have any expressions. Yes. Oh, the Chris failed jump. I really don't like Chris. He doesn't even do much. Like, I know he helps with things, but in other episodes, he seriously just. He's that little bit of dead weight. Orange dead weight.
So
Tally ho! Okay, we have to go.